Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. I'm laughing. I don't know whether to laugh, scream, cry. I don't know. You tell me after you hear what I want to talk about. Anyway, thank you all for being here for this post-market report on this Friday, September 22nd. Did I say that already? 2023, whatever. All my friends are here, and I need you here. I really, really do. Let me start off with. I'm laughing. Let me start off with this. Um, How many times have we heard about these Wall Street super banks committing crime after crime after crime and having to pay some insignificant fine, no arrests, no accountability. Nobody gets in trouble except for the lowest guy on the totem pole. Generally, some guy was just hired yesterday in the mailroom, and he's responsible for these multi-billion-dollar freaking scams and crimes that these institutions pull off. Can't make it up. So Goldman Sachs, the Wall Street superbank of superbanks, okay? This institution, I can't tell you how many times, and you know what I'm talking about, has been caught red-handed, faking LIBOR, scamming this, spoofing this part of the market, whatever they got to do, all right? So Goldman Sachs just got fined a whopping, it's humongous, you can't believe this, $6 million for fake trading data. Now, what does that mean? That means that they made 1,000% on that. You see, it's the payoffs. You have to understand. I want to know where that cash goes. Fine after fine after fine to the SEC. Okay, I want to hear from you. Where do you think that cash? I think it's payoff. It's a payoff. That's all it is. Okay, and then where does the money go anyway? You tell me. All right, the SEC, they must be getting off, spraying everywhere, all over the place here. Giddy with happiness every time they get their payoff. And it's not just Goldman Sachs, it's J.P. Morgan, it's Bank of America, it's Morgan Stanley. You can go on and on and on and on. These are crime syndicates of the highest possible order. Honestly, I personally believe the SEC is in bed with these organizations, and they understand that. They know what's going on. They allow these things to go on so these major institutions can rake in billions of dollars. Do you think, honestly, let me ask you, all right, let's have a little fun here. Perry, Giorod, and Magic Mika, Lava, all you guys are going to say, Joe, Potter. Do you think, honestly, that a $6 million fine is that sufficient to a Wall Street super bank? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not even a slap on the hand. Okay, you can't make it up. But and it's going to go on and on. And even if you added, somebody wrote this. This is very interesting in my free newsletter. If they added 2 zeros to that, it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough, and they still wouldn't hurt these institutions. It won't happen. These will go on and freaking on, right in our face. When was the last time? Tell me again. When was the last time we heard of an upper management, let's say, level person at one of these super banks get in trouble, get suspended, get even fired or anything? It just doesn't happen. Arrests? Forget about it. It never happened. No way. These people, these institutions can get away with anything, any freaking thing. Okay, there's no accountability. Oh, really? Where's the loving, caring representatives? Are they saying that they should do something more than this lousy, stinking $6 million fine that they just paid? It's insane. It's unbelievable, people, I'll tell you. It's so freaking out of control. But anyway, that's I'm preaching to the choir here, and I know all of you get it. Imagine me, you know me. I've gotten in trouble already several times doing not even doing anything. But that's just because I'm just I'm nothing. You run a Wall Street institution. You could rob the world, and get away with it, and that is absolutely a fact. I think we're on the same page with all this. Now, you know what? Before I even get to the market, and we're going to cover that, of course, the 10-year yield dropping, some mysterious entity out here buying the debt. I wonder who it is, making the MMRI come down, although the relative strength of the dollar is higher. Do you know why? Are you watching? Those of you out here, okay, I know there's got to be a bunch of you that follow foreign currencies, okay? Foreign currencies are getting destroyed. They are getting destroyed way faster than the US dollar is. The US dollar remains the prettiest belle at the ball, and it will remain that way until whenever. But again, the relative strength of the dollar, you turn on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, they're talking about the golden cross, a specific crossover with regard to the currencies. The US dollar just is it's on the cusp of making a golden cross, and it's beautiful. That's going to pressure the stock market. Obviously, that is true. Okay. You know, we'll talk about that real quick. The relative strength of the dollar has a lot to do with the price of stocks and commodities and everything else, okay? And a weaker dollar is very powerful for the stock market. President Trump, as you recall, he wanted that weaker dollar here, and of course, it would have propped up the stock market. He wanted negative rates as well. Believe me, they're all freaks, and I'm not just picking on him or anybody else. This freak creature that we have now he takes the cake, and all of them. Okay, you know what I'm talking about here. But again, that's just how it works. So anyway, foreign currencies are getting decimated, and the relative dollar is just pretty. But it's the ugliest pretty thing around. But the purchasing power of the dollar and all of these the central bank issued notes is just evaporating, and they're evaporating faster as the economy is free falling around the world. You won't even look at this headline. How do you like that? How do you like that headline? All right, it's amazing. U.S. debt is now rising at $833 million per hour. It's an astonishing thing. It's nearly $1 billion. It will be $1 billion per hour very, very soon. We're talking about an unbelievable amount of money. Again, this just $33 trillion, over $33 trillion they're talking about right now. What are we actually speaking of? The face value of the debt. This is its face value, not counting dollar derivatives or anything else associated with this. It's in the quadrillions. Quadrillions, and we all know that, but they think we're stupid. They think that we don't know that. But guess what? We're not that freaking stupid, are we? So yeah, that's a nice little piece of information here for you. Now on the economic front today, how's this one? You like that? Well, these are in your inbox, by the way. I want you guys and girls to have this stuff. I want you to have it. I want you to look at it, play with it. Lick it if you like. Whatever you want. Sweating. Anyway, so let me just cover this for you. So this is business activity here in the United States is coming to a standstill. According to their own numbers, the numbers they're allowing us to know, business activity contracted sharply, and employers are now cutting staff at the same pace since the last financial meltdown. Okay. Jobs numbers dropped sharply this month, according to the latest PMI, as companies struggle with higher borrowing costs and weak demand. Oh, no. But demand is really strong. Did you hear what what's-his-face said the other day? Powell, the consumer is really, they're so strong. Meanwhile, what do we find out today on top of the economic news that's right here? Credit card defaults are now absolutely shooting past the sun, far beyond the sun. I like to use that one. Also revealed in these numbers today, a steep decline in business activity as the PMI falls lower, a greater fall than economists expected. You see the rocket scientists out there, those economists that they poll on CNBC and Bloomberg and Fox Business, they just don't get it. They don't understand these numbers. No, they really can't be so bad. And these are the numbers they're letting us know, people. You know all this. Imagine my shock. Imagine your shock. Imagine everybody's shock. Is this shocking? This is pretty shocking, if you ask me. Anyway, I got a bunch of other stuff I want to talk to you about here, my lovely, lovely friends. So let's start off again before I just sketch over the market real quick. So JP Morgan, the other Wall Street criminal organization. Oh, no, I mean Superbank. Yeah. They're now saying we should expect crude oil at $150 a barrel. Now, Do I think that number is within the realm of reality? Yes, I do. I really do think it's within the realm of reality, and it's pretty ugly. Hold on a second. I'm back. I dropped my lovely paper. So yeah, I think that's I think this is within the realm of reality here. And oh, and by the way, in case you didn't hear, the temporary export cut with regard to diesel fuel to Europe and everywhere else, right now it's permanent. I don't know about you, but diesel fuel on my corner over here just went up like $1 overnight. It's probably happening to you too. So that's JP Morgan about this $150 a barrel. How many of you think that's real? I think it's real. I really, really do. You and I have been watching this phenomenon occur since $67. 92, $93. Now we're getting a little bit of a pullback. It's going to be a great opportunity to buy more crude. You want to start buying here. You want to open up a small position and kind of add to it moving forward. You absolutely could. I've put out a list of exchange traded funds multiple times with regard to this in my free newsletter, link below. I even today, and a lot of you are interested in the bond market, getting short the bond market. You know, be very careful here though, people. Look, understand these big boys out here like Goldman Sachs and their $6 million fine, which they're laughing about right now. They're all going out partying, drinking, smoking, shooting, snorting, whatever they got to do here off of their big win. Can you imagine? Honestly, it just drives me nuts. If they paid a $6 million if payoff, it's a payoff. A payoff of $6 million to the SEC. What do you think they made? What do you think they made? $6 billion? I don't know. I can tell you it's going to be a lot more. They're laughing. And it's amazing. Where does that cash go? Will someone tell me where it goes? Geo Rider, you're smart. Perry, you're smart. Magic Mika, you're smart. Where does the cash go? The millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of freaking payoffs. Where does it go? In pockets? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, so that's the warning here from JP Morgan about crude. Now, Bank of America is a warning about something as well. Bank of America says that they are seeing outflow from the stock market at its fastest pace, cash leaving the stock market at its fastest pace in 9 months. Well, okay, risk continues to rise. Actually, risk came down a little bit, as I said. Let's talk about that in a moment here. 10-year yield was really getting out of control. All of a sudden, it's kind of stopped, came down a little bit. Who's buying it? That's what I want. I think we all know who's buying the debt here. And that did, again, cause the MMRI to drop. It's still 290 here, people. Let's risk in this market ain't pretty. It ain't pretty at all. But, it is what it is here. Credit card defaults now at their fastest pace since the last financial meltdown. Oh, this is according to Goldman Sachs, that just paid the big fine. Make it up if you possibly could. Let us move forward here just a little bit here. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I want to leave some time for questions because I got yelled at again today. People are saying, Greg, you're not answering my questions. The truth is maybe I don't see it. When you guys and girls, I love all of you. That's really the truth here. But sometimes I just don't see them. It doesn't maybe come through on the feed fast enough. I am doing my absolute best to put these live streams out and cover this stuff and go over questions with you. I can't possibly answer everything. And if you're emailing me about questions, and I get hundreds per day, if I don't write back to you, forgive me. Okay, it's impossible for me to keep up as well. All right, now, with that said, let's just sketch out this market. We did fall again under pressure. 10-year yield coming down. Who's buying the debt? Relative strength of the dollar. I told you higher because the other currencies around the world are getting hurt faster. This is an illusion here. People, you got the freaks here on Bloomberg. Bloomberg is on right now over there. You got, it doesn't matter who you want to watch. Bloomberg, Fox Business, CNBC, pick one. And they're telling you how great the dollar is. It's stronger, but they're not telling you that they're talking about on a comparative strength. If currencies around the world are dying faster than the dollar, what's going to happen? You're going to see the dollar looking really pretty. Oh, but do you want to hold those things? Well, good luck on you if you do want to, right, Alan? Alan Greenspan, you're right here too. Jerome Powell is here as well. All my friends are here. Yes, it's so awesome to be with you. Yes, please. Thank you. I really, really, I'm sweating over there. That's got to be worth a couple of thumbs up. I'm at 477. Yesterday we hit over 1,000. That was pretty amazing. All right. Anyway, going back to this market here. Crude oil, I already told you about here. A little bit of a pullback. It's getting bitten back up. According to JP Morgan, 150. I think it sounds kind of realistic to me. How about you, Lava? What do we got? We got cryptocurrencies today. I'm going to say, a little pressure on cryptocurrencies today. We had gold and silver catching a bid. Look, all this stuff is well and good, and it's beautiful, and it's fine, and it's funny to watch, and lovely. But again, look, if you're the explosion higher with regard to commodity prices, $150 a barrel for crude is nothing compared to where we're eventually going to go. Is going to occur again when we get this meltdown in the debt market. I don't think we're done. Again, action must be taken, and action probably was taken today by the Fed buying more debt here. Again, if they don't buy, what do we got? We have major China and Saudi Arabia right now dumping U.S. debt onto the market faster than I think the Federal Reserve can buy it. When there's a buyer, there's a seller. When there's a seller, there's a buyer. Okay. And that's presenting a problem. Obviously, this is economic warfare. We understand what's going on here. Clearly, we're at war. We're in a hot war too, as well. Again, you all know this: billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars more to fund this Ukraine-Russia thing over there. It's not going to stop. It's going to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and get larger, obviously. And then they're going to play the war card on us when they bring the whole system. When this whole system dissolves as it's meant to do, okay, these central bankers are going to, and of course, our loving, caring politicians and the presidential candidates, they have something to blame. Right? They're not going to blame the Federal Reserve. I don't care who it is, what color his skin may be or her skin, what kind of hairdo they may have. It don't matter, okay? They will make sure that the Fed remains kind of like untouchable because they're the real government, and they'll take care of whoever they got to take care of. This has happened many times before. Going back to President Garfield, and you want to go as far back as you want to go here. Truthers, anyone who tries to call out those that control the cash in the system, that's how they end up. I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, people, I think I covered a lot with you today. I hope I didn't leave anything out, honestly. Before I let you go with my favorite 3 things, and you know what I'm going to tell you in a moment. Let's cover some questions here. Okay. Again, I keep getting in trouble for this, and I do apologize to those of you that say Greg's not answering my questions. So I'm trying my best here, people. Buy Anacott steel. Jerome, absolutely keep buying large blocks of Anacott steel. Better yet, I would say start buying calls across the board here. Use the offshore accounts. Anyway, yeah, Lincoln also. I mean, look, this whole thing here, we've seen it time and time again. I'm not looking at, I don't have any silver on my desk right now. This is a temporary place I'm in. Most of you know, I'll be getting out of here. There'll be a new background reasonably soon. Anyway, Teldar paper, that whole management at Teldar paper, each one of those vice presidents, they're making over $200,000 a year. I can't figure out what they're doing. All right, I've looked into this and I just don't know. So we want to take that back. The shareholders are supposed to run the company. Anyway, you guys and girls is just really too much. Any other specific things that you guys and girls look? You have a platform here, so those of you that are gonna maybe complain to me, please don't, because I'm giving you the opportunity. Mining stocks, okay? I don't own mining stocks. I'm going to say it again. You could certainly own mining stocks here. Okay. You would have to do your own due diligence and look into which ones you feel are undervalued. But I mean, I would rather hold the hard asset. I don't know another way to put it than investing in a mining stock, or at this particular point, honestly, I would rather hold silver. That's my favorite asset in the world. Second comes gold, and then platinum, palladium running a third. They're both tied there. Anyway, what else you guys can go? Best kind. Look, you don't got to go for the brand stuff, the real fancy stuff. Most of the stuff that I own is kind of the off-brand stuff, just pure silver stuff. That's it. There's no such thing. And remember this: there's no such thing as junk silver, and there is no such thing as junk. If you can find good deals on so-called junk, well, then I would say jump all over it, people. Honestly, is greed really good? Maybe greed for certain things here, but not like these super banks, what they're pulling off here, right in our face. Do you find it disturbing? Here's a question for you. Do you find it disturbing at all that these Wall Street super banks can get away with anything? Murder, more than likely, pedophilia, whatever they want. There's nothing that they can do, nothing at all that these institutions can do that would get anyone arrested or in trouble. It's an impossibility. How many of you believe? Let's just put another perspective on this, okay? How many of you believe that Bernie Madoff actually acted alone? Do you know how many super banks were involved in that whole thing? Bernie Madoff, no way did this guy act alone. Most of the Wall Street super banks and the biggest investors in the world were involved in that. Anybody get in trouble for that? No. How about no? Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable, people. It's the craziest thing in the world, that whole freaking thing. But it's always the same story. Does it surprise you? Let me ask you this. I guarantee you're numb to hearing this. When you hear of a Wall Street super bank, could be any one of them, paying X amount of $1 million of fine, does it even really affect you? I don't think so. And that's where they allow us all to know, because it's just so commonplace that these institutions over and over and over again, this is what they do. This is how they operate business. They have to cheat to make profit. You understand? But what is that saying? Be smarter or cheat? Well, they're all cheating. Okay. They're not smarter than you or me. They just have access to information that you and I don't have. And of course, it's all being misused. It's crimes in progress. Jody Wells, thank you. Carlos, thank you too. Well, you see what I'm talking about? You become numb. No one cares. So and the SEC, they get their payoff, and life goes on. And then you get the freaking freaks from these organizations, and they put on their concerned face. We're really concerned. We're gonna take direct action. We're gonna make sure this doesn't happen again. Really? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. All right, people, look, this video is getting kind of long here, just about 700 thumbs up. I want to thank all of you for that. I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank all of you for your friendship and for your support, honestly. And that's kind of like where we're at, people, all right? So being that this is Friday, you know what we're going to do, right? You know what we're going to do? Bring it in. No one's watching. And even if they are, really, who freaking cares? Honestly, love each other, care about each other, be charitable, ponder these things that we speak about. And don't just let these things, like, for example, millions of dollar fines that are paid by these organizations, talk about it. Get angry about it. Let people know how pissed off you are about it, okay? Because if this were me or you, even doing a fraction of a billionth of a fraction of what these organizations do, you know where we would be right now. Hands tied behind our backs, our head in the toilet going like this. I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, look. Repeatedly. Anyway. All right, look, I'll see all of you Sunday, right? Sunday. Marcus, a look ahead. We will we'll do all this. Okay, we'll put this together. And then I love you a lot, people. Again, have a great rest of your day. Great rest of your weekend. I don't really get one day off, honestly. You're all so fantastic. And that, I believe, is going to be it. All right? I'll see you.